Hello everyone, I have my beer, and today we're going to be talking about fly fishing stuff. So, it's windy, it's cold, it's wet. Tried to bass fish for a little bit, but did not happen. Was not good. Got wet. But that made me realize with the cold weather that winter is upon us. And in the winter, what I do is fly fish for trout in our mountain streams on the tailwaters of our lakes. Cheeseman Canyon, 11 Mile Canyon, those are both part of the Platte River, respectively. Uh, Under Lake Estes on the big Thompson River. You know, things like that, the tailwaters that don't freeze all year. So that's something I like to do that for trout. I mean, obviously I'm still bass fisherman, that's what I really love to do, but this is right there with that. I usually do go fly fishing during the summer a little bit. This year I did not. Uh, I'm strictly just going to keep it like the next 3 months, so you'll see a lot of those videos. I also don't work in the winter a whole lot for like at least 2 months normally, but so I should be doing it a lot, hopefully, and hopefully catch a lot of beautiful trout and hike around our mountains and have fun doing that. So look out for those videos. I will still be trying to bass fish. I mean, I still got a couple months to bass fish before, it gets too cold. And really, our city lakes don't really freeze throughout the year. People think, oh, it's Colorado, it gets cold and everything and snowy. Not in Denver, really. Our city lakes, the ones with all the bass in them, because obviously they're not in our mountain lakes, which freeze for months on end, but our city lakes, they don't really freeze. Maybe January through February they're frozen, but that's about it. And it's not like a thick freeze either. Not a steady freeze. We get warm and it'll start to melt and get cold again. Yeah. But anyway, fly fishing will be happening a lot. So we'll just go over everything real quick. And this is kind of just, show you guys what I'll be using, obviously. And if you're a fly fisherman, maybe some ideas for you, some stuff if you need some new gear, or if you're just starting to get into it. Some recommendations on some good stuff, and stuff that I love. Alright, so we'll start with the rod and reel, which this rod and reel is like 10 years old. And I keep saying every year, oh, I should buy a new one, I should buy a new one. No, I still haven't. Maybe this year I will. But I love this thing. It's awesome. And like I said, it's like I fly fish 3 months out of the year. And sometimes in the summer, whatever. So, I mean, it doesn't get as much work as all my bass fishing stuff. But it's a great. And what it is, it's the Redington Red Fly 2 rod. Which is a fairly expensive rod for Redington. They don't make them anymore, actually. I'm pretty sure they don't. Like I said, it's 10 years old, but it has the crosswater reel on it. I still make those. Good reel. Pretty much fly reels are just somewhere to hold your line for the most part. I really don't care about fly reels too much. You can get away with almost anything. The rod is what really is key part with fly fishing. But yeah, it's just a simple 9-foot. This is actually a 6 weight. I don't know, it's just the first one I bought. A lot of guys just use 5 weights. This thing I really have no problem with. Use it all the time, catch millions of trout on this thing. Love this thing. But yeah, they stopped making these, but they do make the crosswater rods now, and I think that's pretty much the same as this. Or actually, this is probably more like the Redington classic trout rod, I think. Which is, I've heard, is a great rod as well. This is only a 2-piece. The big thing now in fly fishing is the 4-piece, easier to carry around, which I do kind of like, and that's one of the reasons why I'm like, maybe I'll finally buy a new one. But I probably won't, and I'll keep using this. This thing is awesome. It's the first like good fly rod I bought, like I said, 10 years ago, and I still use it, and it's freaking fabulous. Alright, next we'll go to the waders. Why not? They're here. Reddington waders as well. These are, God, I don't even remember what they're called. They're like 150, I think, or something like that, maybe. I don't know. Look them up. You'll see them. Actually, I'm sure it says right in here somewhere. What ones are they? Reddington. Fly tackle apparel. I don't know. But no, these are freaking awesome too. I love these waders. I bought these last year because my old ones got a hole in them, and I finally, instead of patching them, kept patching them and everything. So screw it and bought new waders. And yeah, these are freaking awesome. They has a nice little your waterproof storage pocket here, so you can put your phone and stuff in there. You don't have to worry about it. Actually, that's not this waterproof pocket. This is the waterproof pocket in there. It also flips in and out, so you can also tuck it in under your waders, so that it keeps it extra, whatever. And then this is like a neoprene pocket. Put some other stuff in there. And then you got your little neoprene hand warmers, which really come in handy in the winter, even if you got gloves on. These are freaking great. Inexpensive, really. I don't even think they were 150, but they were probably even cheaper. So look them up. They're great if you need some waders for whatever. Alright. Now these are expensive. They are Sims boots, and there's a quarter in there. Weird. These are Sims wading boots. They are freaking cool. The bottom is super nice on pretty much anything. They have the spots where you can put the cleats on them if you really want to. But these things are great on rock and everything. I've never slipped in these on ice, obviously. And fly fishing in the winter, you're going to encounter a lot of ice. Great. They're awesome. The only complaint is the way kind of the heel is. My heels are kind of, they go out a lot. So right there, rubbed at first. Took quite a while to break them in, but after a few times they ended up being very comfortable and nice to hike in all day and stand in all day. They're great. Now these are expensive, so watch out, but they're Sims, so obviously they're expensive. Sims is an expensive brand, but high quality. That's why they're expensive. Alright, now go into the bag. Most important part, vests are out. I hated wearing a vest after a while. They were just, I never really liked them anyway. It's just annoying. They're big. They're kind of all over the place, and they just feel draped on you all day. So finally, bought a bag, and this is the Fish Pond Sling bag. Hey, the light finally did it. I thought it was going to work this whole time. That would have been great. But anyway, the Fish Pond Sling bag. This thing is phenomenal. Super light. Don't feel it. Great. You got your net keeper on the back there. Obviously, always need that. And then, you know, got my forceps, all that. But this thing is super comfortable, pretty inexpensive as well. Always go with the bag when you're fly fishing. Just one of these little sling bags, or if you want like a little fanny pack style, which just looks lame. No. But the back bags too that don't really hold a whole lot, that just go around your waist. This thing holds a ton. I got about 6 different fly boxes in there. Obviously my net, my forceps, still a ton of room in there. My freaking split shots for weighing down my nymphs, all that, and then all my indicators and all that, you know, and everything else you need. Freaking put sandwiches and water and stuff in here too to get me throughout the day. And you don't feel it, you can wear it all day, not a problem. And yeah, it's great. It's this Fish Pond bag, look it up as well. And with that, so yeah, be on the lookout. Start doing fly fishing here pretty soon. I'll keep bass fishing as long as I freaking possibly can. Always. Always got a bass fish. But yeah, I do love fly fishing for trout too, and that will be coming up, so there'll be a lot of those videos. So hopefully, even your bass fishermen that are subscribed or whatever, you'll still watch those because they're awesome, and maybe you'll start getting into fly fishing because it's a lot of fun. And the big thing for me going up into the mountains is it's nice and peaceful most of the time. Obviously, those spots that I talked about are gold medal waters here in Colorado. Colorado is obviously known for its trout fishing and its gold medal streams and all that. So those places get freaking packed, but in the winter it's not so packed, so that's kind of nice. But still, if it's a slightly warm day in the winter, it will get busy on the weekend. So, you got to get there early and get your spot. But the real fun thing for me about fly fishing is just being out in the woods, standing in the river, and just that therapeutic fly fishing, casting, and drifting. It's beautiful. It's a lot more different than the intense kind of bass fishing that I normally do. Love both of them, but for different reasons. And it's great. So, yeah, keep watching. Watch all that stuff, and yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Now you know what I'm using. If you want to get into fly fishing, look that stuff up. Redington is a super inexpensive but high quality stuff. That's why I buy a lot of their stuff. Their rods are great. That reel is great. Like I said, a reel's not really that huge of a deal for fly fishing, I don't think. Some guys will argue. Whatever. That light is now starting to do that, so I guess that means it's time to go. Comment, like, subscribe. Oh, and also since I live in Colorado, I'm actually originally from Washington, so I'm a Seahawks fan. So that's why I'm wearing a lot of Seahawks hats all the time. Yeah, so I'm originally from Washington. That's why. Go Hawks. Hey, click on my logo on the upper left-hand corner to subscribe. On the upper right-hand corner, there's a video picked just for you. On the lower right-hand corner, there's a playlist that I picked for you. And on the bottom left-hand corner, there's a video that I picked just for you. Click on the subscribe logo for sure.